All right, this week I've got 5 different 4-bedroom deals in Manvel, and they all stand out for different reasons. One has a 3.99% fixed interest rate in Meridiana. One gives you 2,685 square feet in Pomona. One has a 3-car garage, and one has a 2.99% interest rate 2-1 Buydown. These are not in any best to worst order. They are just 5 strong deals that each stand out in a different way, depending on what matters to you most. Now, quick note before we jump in, these are builder advertised baseline deals before I negotiate for a better deal and before I add my own incentives on top. So if you're thinking about a new construction home anywhere in Houston, text me before you commit, or it will be too late for you to get a really great deal that I can get for you. Deals that even beat these. Now let's get into our top 5. The first home this week is Perry Homes in Meridiana, priced at $389,990. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2-car garage, and 1,878 square feet. We like Perry Homes. In fact, our home is a Perry home. The big thing that jumps out right away with this one is that it's a 3.99% fixed rate. And that's a big deal because it's a real fixed rate, not just a marketing ploy like some builders do. Then on top of that, you're also getting the refrigerator, washer, and dryer included. So we have a strong deal already, but the other big reason it really stands out is because it's in Meridiana itself. Meridiana is one of those communities where the lifestyle is a huge part of the value. You've got multiple pools, including a wave pool, a lazy river, fitness centers, food truck park, on-site cafe, amphitheater, mini golf, pickleball, fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding, over 50 miles of trails, and so much more. It really does have that living at a resort type feel. So if you want a strong fixed rate, included appliances, and one of the best amenity communities anywhere in the entire Houston area, this is one that's absolutely worth your attention. Deal number 2, this next home deal is a Saratoga home in Foxtail Palms, priced at $399,900. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a 3-car garage, and 1,714 square feet. What is probably going to stand out here is that it's the 3-car garage, because that matters a lot to some people, and not many homes in this price range in this area are offering that. This one also comes with a 4.99% fixed rate and $7,500 towards closing costs. Plus, the refrigerator, washer, and dryer are also included. So from a financing and included item standpoint, it checks some really solid boxes. Now, this is not the one that wins on big flashy amenities, because the only amenity here is walking trails. So if you want the huge resort style master plan community, this may not fit your first choice. But if you care more about location, incentives, practical value, and that 3-car garage, then this one would make a lot of sense, because it'd be the best deal with those things in this area. This is one of those deals that may not be for everybody, but for the right person, it could be the right fit. So on to deal number 3 is a David Weekley home in Pomona, priced at $410,000. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and 2,685 square feet. The first thing that jumps out here is the size, because 2,685 square feet at this price in Pomona is going to get a lot of people's attention. Then you add the incentive, which is 4.99% fixed rate plus 10,000 flex money on top of that. That could be towards closing costs, upgrades, lowering the rate more, and a number of things. And that's really strong, because flex money gives you the options and can help you shape the deal in a way that fits your situation. On top of that, you're getting upgraded finishes in the home, which also helps the value. And then of course, there's the Pomona part. Pomona has a lot to offer from a lifestyle standpoint, including the resort style pool, fitness center, fishing lake, kayaking, trails, parks, dog parks, sport courts, and all kinds of community events. So if you want a larger home, a strong location, and a really good master plan community, this one is definitely a serious option. In fact, it'd probably be my top pick in this list, but they're all strong for different reasons. So let me say this real quick before I keep going. This is exactly why I always tell people it's best to text me before you visit a builder, because the deal you see online or in the sales office is not always the full deal. If you want to understand understand the process, avoid costly mistakes, and put yourself in a position to get a better deal, then that conversation needs to happen before you start talking to builder reps and builder agents. If you already visited some, we can still get it done. It just becomes a little harder, but there's a lot more we can get you than what you'll ever see walking just through the door. So deal number 4 is a Coventry home in Pomona. Again, we're in Pomona. This one's priced at $424,990. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, 2,119 square feet. What makes this one stand out is the interest rate, because this one is offering a 2.99% 2-1 buy down. Now, this is where you really need to understand the process. A 2.99% 2-1 buy down can absolutely help on the front end, but it is not the same as a long-term fixed rate. The rate will go up to 3.99% the second year, and then full market rate in years 3 through 30, whatever the market rate is at that time when you get into the 3rd year. Of course, you can refinance at any time, and how the rate goes up like that doesn't make it bad. It just needs you to understand what exactly you're comparing, because that 2.99% gets a lot of people through the door, but then when you start looking deeper, you realize it just may not be, a 2.99% that goes up each year is not going to be as good as a 3.99 or even a 4.5 rate that's fixed for straight 30 years, right? But if you got other plans, if you're going to refinance it, there's other things, or if you like the home enough, there's a lot of reasons this could still work, and it still is a better deal than the others for the right person. So now that we kind of got a little past what the 2.99 with the 2.1 buy down is, again, this is in Pomona. We already went through, all the things that come in Pomona, because that's a huge draw itself. So if you skipped ahead to this one, go back to the previous one where we talk a lot about Pomona. So for the right person, especially somebody focused on the front end payment, this could be a very smart option. Add Pomona on top of that, which is also huge, and that combined can make this a great deal. And then that brings us to number 5. This last one is another David Weekley home, also in Pomona, priced at $434,990. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and 2,455 square feet. This one also comes with a 4.99% fixed interest rate and $10,000 flex money, plus upgraded finishes. So if you skipped ahead, you'll want to go back to the other David Weekley home on this list where I discussed more detail that I don't want to repeat again. What makes this one different from the other David Weekley option is overall mix. You're still getting a lot of space, still getting a strong incentive package, and still getting Pomona, which is incredible within itself with all the amenities that we talked about earlier in the video. But this one's a slightly different size than the other one, slightly different floor plan, and a different price than the other David Weekley. So it looks like it's coming in at a higher price for less square footage, but because it's got such a unique floor plan, it makes it a big draw and very attractive. So if you like Pomona and want a large and great 4-bedroom home and like having some flexibility in how the deal is structured, this one could absolutely be the one that fits you best. And honestly, this is the kind of point of this week's video. These are not 5 copies of the same deal. These are 5 very different home deals, and the best one for you really depends on what matters to you. So if you're interested in any of these 5 homes, or you would like to know which are the best 5 home deals that fit your needs and area, please just text deals to the number on the screen, 832-551-9151, and I can help you locate and get the best deals possible for the home that fits your family. Lastly, I want to hear from you which one of these stood out to you most this week and why. Please put it in the comments below so we can kind of see what you like and what the consensus is out there on the best deal from this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on the next top 5 deals.